tech genius, super person, superhero, Superman. Everybody, welcome Brandon Routh, everybody. Brandon Routh. Also, coming up to the stage, never tell her that you can't wear white after Labor Day. She will kick your ass. Caity Lotz, everybody. Caity Lotz. Introducing next to the stage a man who looks amazing in every suit. And he's once been known to kick Tom Cruise's ass. That was in another movie. Neal McDonough, everybody. Neal McDonough. Our amazingly beautiful panel, Firestorm, Deathstorm, the star of the future film Code 8, Robbie Amell, everybody, Robbie Amell. Woo! Give it up one more time for everybody. Look at my beautiful panel here. Give it up, everyone, one more time. Let me hear. You guys are, I don't like to use the word obnoxious, but obnoxiously good looking, so thank you very much for, see, it's the first thing we want to see on a Sunday morning.
It's a great backhanded compliment, thank you.
Since this is a crossover panel, and a crossover con really, the first time that we've mashed up Walker Stalker on Heroes and Villains Fan Fest in the beautiful city of Chicago, my first question to all of you, if you were able to cross over, do the ultimate crossover and hang out or team up with one of your fictional characters that you've portrayed, which one would it be? I'll start out with you. You have many to pick from, my friend.
Yeah. Maybe I'd go visit Superman, for sure. I mean, Ray, because I already am kind of Ray. So then I'd go visit Superman, certainly.
The most powerful being.
Like, is that the right? Am I in the right answering the question?
Oh yeah,
right
for
way?
sure. Yeah.
A different version of Superman.
Yes.
That was not me.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Caity.
Wait, so like any show or one of our shows?
Any character that you've portrayed in your entire acting career, stage, TV, anything. Who would you
Emily from 400 Days, right? You'd go.
Oh, like who would I hang out with of?
Yeah, hang out with, team up with, if there was a major threat, who would you trust to have in your side in a dark alley in a fight?
Well, I mean, duh, like Sara.
Yeah, that's...
But...
White canary or black canary?
I don't know. I feel like White Canary's getting a little soft. Like has much more of a conscience. So maybe I'd go back to the Black Canary if I'm really in trouble. She'll just kill a bunch of people.
Excellent answer, my friend.
I would love to see Caity go back in time, pick up Dum Dum Duke, and have him kick Damien Dark's ass. That's what I would like to see. Ryan?
One of my first movies was Scooby-Doo. And I would totally team up with Fred. For sure.
That's the ultimate.
I like
that's
it.
a pretty ultimate team up. So we do have audience microphones here to the right and the left. Line up if you have a question.
Yeah, let's start right over here.
Are you good?
There we go. Okay.
Nope.
Hi guys, my name is Megan. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Megan.
I know you guys have a lot of fun working on all the CW shows. So what is the best memory you guys have made on set?
Well, it's hard not to have a fun time on Legends with John Barrowman every single day. In Vancouver where we film, it rains quite a bit, and whenever anyone is in kind of a bad mood, there's John singing and dancing and making everyone laugh and making everyone realize, oh, that's right, this is supposed to be fun. So, John, anytime you're with John on set, it's always a good time.
I remember we were shooting a fight scene that's in the next episode that's going to air with me and him, and we're up on a stage kind of, and all of a sudden he's picking me up and doing partner dancing with me, flipping me over, and I'm just okay, going with it. It's dirty dancing, and he's throwing me up in the air, and I'm if you drop me, I will kill you.
And you would have killed him. Could have. I think anytime when we're getting towards the end of a 14-hour day filming in the Wave Rider, and it's more than 3 of us, so the whole team's together and we're all dragging and trying to get some energy. Inevitably somebody will screw up a line and crack us all up, and then that's fun just to keep laughing. And we're supposed to, be professionals and get back into shape and get the job done, but we have a little laugh break as everybody is trying to not, we're trying to keep it together, but it's fun. You can't, because it's too late.
You ever have those times when you're not supposed to laugh, and that, as soon as you're not allowed to laugh, like, you can't stop it. Like, it's just coming. We get a lot of those.
When the funny kid in school does something and the teacher looks directly at you because you're laughing, and then you just keep laughing and laughing harder, and you get in more trouble, which makes it even funnier. That's pretty much what it's like to shoot a TV show. The director is the teacher.
Mine, I start crying when I laugh for some reason.
Yes.
Me and Wentworth Miller both do this. No matter what, as soon as I'm laughing, I start crying. And so, like, Brandon will do something, and then I'm crying, laughing, and I can't stop. And then we have to stop production for like 10 minutes so I can go get my makeup redone, because it's like mascara tears everywhere.
Thank you
If I
very
want
much.
a break, I just try to make Caity laugh, and then we get a break.
Thank you very much. Over here to our right, your question.
I'm scared of tornadoes. What storm are you scared of?
Wait, where's the voice coming from?
Right over here, somewhere down there.
Oh! Tornadoes are the most terrifying thing to me as well. I find them to be really scary. But luckily, your parents will protect you from a tornado and get you into a tornado-free space underground or something like that.
I'm scared of a death storm.
Stormy emotions.
Come on, Neal. Come on, Neal.
Damien Dark is just not scared of anything. I'm with you. Like big windy storms, I'm not a huge fan of. I never have been since I was a kid. But luckily in Vancouver, we just get tons and tons of rain, so we don't get much tornado stuff.
Excellent question, my friend.
Back over here. Hi, so you've had time to develop your characters and you understand how they react in certain situations. But was there ever a time where you got your script and you read it and you really thought, wow, how would my character convey this? You found it difficult to pretty much react to that situation.
Well, for me last year in Arrow, I had a great treat that they wrote my wife Routh into her name into the show. So one of the hardest things I had to do last year was when I read that my wife Routh dies in the show. That day of filming was one of the hardest days of filming I've ever had, because you can imagine what will go through your head. But it turned out to be really an amazing moment for Damien Dark. It was finally a human moment for Damien Dark, which was pretty awesome in the show. I think that is a challenge. A lot of times, whether it's the shows we work on, or just that's the challenge of an actor, because you have writers who are fantastic at what they do, but they aren't always in the same headspace emotionally as we might be. There still might be a disconnect. So that's the work of the actor, is bridging that gap and understanding where the writer and the producers are coming from with their storyline, and how we can interpret that and add to it. And if we really have problems, we have a creative discussion. But a lot of the times, I don't always know the answer until I get there on the day, and I'm working with the other actor. If I know it's somebody that I can really count on to be a good partner and share during the scene, a lot of times it comes up, and what I thought wasn't right in the writing then becomes right when we're there. Kind of the magic of acting when it's happening.
I had to do a scene where I was playing Ronnie as Stein, and Victor hadn't played Stein yet. So I was just kind of like, well, I should probably ask him what he's gonna do. So we went and had dinner, and luckily we had worked together before. And I was like, yeah, I figure maybe a little bit of this from the role you did and this. And he was like, you can do whatever you want, but I'm gonna do whatever I want. Thanks for the help, Victor.
I would have been like, Stein has a Jamaican accent. You're gonna just have to go with it for the rest of the season.
Really bury him. Just put him in a corner.
I think when I played Sara in the flashbacks on Arrow was the only time that it was a little bit like, who is she? Because I was so used to her just being this really strong character, and then we're flashing back to before her having any of those crazy experiences or training, and so trying to play a little bit more of a weaker or younger version, and that was a little bit hard.
Thank you.
Over here, your question.
Hi, my name's Connor, and this question's for all of you. Who's your celebrity crush?
I'm gonna just say Italia Ricci or Italia Amel and just walk away from this question immediately.
I have an answer. This goes back to... Oh, Brandon, stop. Stop. No. I'm blushing. Please, Brandon. No. All right, no. Okay. Man crush. Not what you were expecting, was it? No. Goes back to like when I was in the time of crushes, and I think still plays for sure is Jennifer Connelly from Labyrinth. If anybody's seen the Labyrinth out there,
Yeah.
Started with Labyrinth. Yeah.
Angelina Jolie.
Also valid. Mine is the guy that I steal from the very most, and it was Gene Hackman when he was Lex Luthor. That was, to me, that I steal from that dude more than anybody else. You know, I mean, his performance was perfect, and the way we started, with Mark Guggenheim and myself, when we started putting Damien Dark together, I said, can we make him as close to Lex Luthor, Gene Hackman as possible? And the way that he writes for me, it just gets bigger and bigger, especially this year in Legends. When the Legion of Doom finally came together, they wrote it that I'm a 7-year-old boy and everyone else is so stupid. And that's the way that I play the character. So it makes it really funny to watch because it is funny. And it's been such a blast to play Damien on Legends this year, especially with these guys right here. What a great treat that's been for me this year. So I think this is my crush over here next to me, these guys. And it's been fantastic.
I want to hear you scream the words Miss Tessmacher one day. Yes. Thank you very much.
Back over here. Hi, this is for Caity specifically. How does one apply to be the next girl you make out with while time traveling? Just asking for a friend.
You can tweet at the writer's room, or David Rappaport is our casting director. I think that would kind of be the way in. I mean, there's a lot of space. Like, there's a lot of girls, so I think your friends' odds are good.
Thank you.
Over here, your question.
Are any of you in martial arts?
Yeah. I've done a bunch of different kinds, a little bit of Muay Thai, and the one that I was doing the most to prep for this show is Kali, which is a Filipino martial art, and it uses a lot of weapons. And you know how Sara has those 2 sticks?
Yeah.
And like the 1 long staff? So Kali does a lot of stuff with that. And it's pretty fun. You should take some classes.
Have you guys seen the videos of her flipping around? We call it tricking. I didn't want to say the videos of you tricking because...
First confession.
But it's unreal. It's really sick. I'm super jealous about it. I boxed a lot as a kid. It took some Muay Thai, but I want to be able to do those flips. Those are unreal.
I'll teach you.
Everybody say hello to my little boy, James. Hi, Jammer. Hi, James. Hi, Bud.
Your kid is gonna be like, think the world is some amazing place.
Well, it kind of is, isn't it? While we're on the subject of families, briefly, my parents are here, Ron and Katie, on my dad's 72nd birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, sir.
Thank you.
Let's go back over here.
Hi, my name's Mika. My question is for Caity. How does it feel being such an inspiration to young girls everywhere? Because you play, in a lot of your roles, you play a very kick-ass character who's a very strong female lead. So how does it feel to you knowing that you inspire so many people?
Well, that's very sweet. Thank you. It really is the one thing that makes all of this worth it. And, you know, sometimes you're working so much and so hard, and it can get really tough. And I'll get letters from you guys, and I just got an amazing book that a bunch of fans kind of put together, and just reading at these things, it's really, really touching. And it surprises me how much it can affect people. So I'm just grateful that I was given a character that the writers created, the one with her bisexuality, being able to show that on TV since, you know, season 2 of Arrow, and the struggles that she's dealt with. I think you really see her, she used to really hate herself, and a lot of like depression, and so seeing somebody work through those things, I think is so helpful. So I've been lucky that the writers have given me a character that can do that for people, and it's so sweet. I mean, I hear these things from you guys, and it really does, like, it tears me up, and I feel blessed to be able to make any kind of impact in people's lives, so it's awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Your question over here, please.
Is the Spirit Destiny going to affect all of the shows?
I don't know. I'm not that smart.
I think I can probably go ahead and say no.
Yeah, I think that's
with Flashpoint and stuff like that, it's the most difficult thing because they're completely different writers' rooms and different stories, and as soon as you start carrying it over, like, it is so hard to keep track of. You could imagine with these universes. So hopefully, like, I don't know, maybe the Legends can fix something before it would, but or we're all doomed, and yeah. Ugh.
Well, I can. We can probably answer that question better later. But let me answer that.
Thank you.
Back over here.
Hi, my name is Leanne. My question is for the whole panel. Which has been your favorite episode to film out of all the 3 shows?
When I got to team up with Steven and Grant at the end of season 1 of Flash was just special for me because I got to work with family. It was only one night of shooting and we didn't get to say anything to each other, which actually went through a bunch of different rewrites. Like first we kind of, there was a little joke about it, and then there was nothing, and then we just had a very like normal, useless line to each other, and then they were just like, you know what, you can't talk to each other, it's too weird.
I enjoyed the Camelot episode quite a lot. I have talked endlessly to the writers and in public about wanting to do a Knight in Shining Armor episode, so that was a lot of fun for me. And fighting my crush over here.
I think, well, probably always Arrow Season 2, the episode called League of Assassins, because that was like Sarah's first real episode, and I just got to do so much cool stuff and like water stunt things. But I also really loved shooting the episode that airs on Tuesday for Legends, because you'll see like there's some fun character work a little bit, and when we were shooting this episode, I was like, this feels like a whole other TV show. Like there's like sitcom moments in this, and I love it. And it was really funny, especially watching like the guys, you guys do your scenes and stuff. It's a really great episode.
Well, it's called Doom World, so it's a good one. Read between the lines there. My favorite probably was the finale of Arrow last year. when I had it was a crowd this big, and I turn around and I just do this with my hand, and everyone falls backwards. You can't understand the power that goes through your veins when you think you can actually do that. So then I go home to my wife and my 5 kids, and I try that at home. They're like, no, Dad, that doesn't work. Darn it! But that was pretty awesome. But this next episode, as Caity was saying, there's so much action, there's so much tying up loose ends, there's so much fun, there's so much camaraderie on the set. It was great because, who knows what's going to happen next year and who's going to come back next year. But right now, it was such a great episode, and we're all so very proud of that one.
Thank you.
Over here, your question.
Hi, my name is Marna. You guys are all super awesome, just like you guys know. My question is for Robbie. You're super great in The Flash, but I'm also a fan of your other work, like Scooby-Doo and The Duff. So in The Duff, you asked Mae Whitman's Bianca, can you do the monster voice? So I was wondering, can you do the monster voice for us?
I'll give you a little history on that first. I did a movie called The Duff. If you haven't seen it, it's kind of like Mean Girls-esque. And we were shooting this scene, and the director had always talked about Mae's character and mine. We aren't friends anymore, but there's this familiarity because we grew up next door neighbors. We grew up as best friends, and then we just kind of went our separate ways. So it wasn't written in the scene, and he was like, he's like, you should have this like monster voice you used to do when you were a kid, and he can ask you to do it, and you can like not want to do it, but then ultimately do it, and he just walks away. And Mae was like, what? She's like, you just want me to pull out some voice on the spot? And she's so funny that she did, and it's like, it's so many people's favorite part of the movie. And they had me do the monster voice at the end of the movie, which doesn't make it in the cut because my monster voice is so bad. But she essentially... She talks like this. So that's my bad monster voice. Thank you so much for that question.
Go back over here.
Hi, I'm Adam. I'm a big Flash fan, and for like all you guys to be here, it's actually really awesome. But this is a question for the entire panel. When you guys at the DC's Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, Flash, Supergirl crossover, how did that feel that all of you guys were there, and do you think you'll do it again?
I wasn't there, I was dead.
Oh, they'll do it again. But logistically, it was difficult for everyone, for all the different shows to be all together. But I know the fans just love it. So I know we'll do another one next year. That is a certainty. But yeah, we're looking forward to that one too.
Yeah, all of the producers at PallyFest pretty much said that it was a no-brainer, and I think they're going to really try to include Supergirl this year, so it's a true 4-night crossover. It was awesome. It was weird because it felt like not our show or their show or anybody's show, but just like this whole new kind of show, and we were in this big, huge airplane hangar, like doing big hero walk-ups, and just we had 4 cameras flying over. It felt like a big movie, huge crew, and it was a lot of fun to kind of have everybody hang out. The awkward thing about it is everybody has like 1 or 2 lines, and then it's like hello, and you haven't introduced this person to this person, so you just kind of ride with it as an actor. But it was pretty neat to have all of us together and like feel the combination of the power of all 4 shows.
I just like being able to hang out with everybody else. Like I never really was on Flash, so when we got to do that and hanging out with Candace and Grant and Carlos and all my Arrow family, that was the really fun part.
Thank you. Over here.
Hi, my name is Kate, and in some point of all your shows, or in a different movie or show, you've had to be good or evil, and I wanted to ask if you enjoyed being good or evil more.
Way more fun to be bad. I only got to do it for 1 episode, and it was awesome.
Neal, that's a no-brainer. I mean, come on, it's different. I always say, if it's good writing, it's fun to play. So when I got to play someone like Buck Compton in Band of Brothers or Dum Dum in Captain America, those are really great guys. And it's light and fun to play. But when you get to play a villain, you can do anything you want. You can be as big as you want as long as you believe it. And you can just really enjoy the day and mess with other people, which is quite a lot of fun also as an actor. So again, it depends on the writing, but I really like playing the bad guys. I'm sure a lot of you people know that I won't do kissing scenes and I won't have any kind of scenes like that because that's just not what I believe in. So I had to make a choice as an actor. If I'm going to have career longevity, I got to figure out what I'm good at. So there's two things: being a soldier, which worked, or being a bad guy. So, because I have such a big family, I'm going to make sure that I'm the best bad guy out there. And, if they pay me $1, I'm going to give them $2 worth of effort on all of my bad guys because I love acting. I love being able to be here in front of all you people and talk about the career that I've had and how blessed I am. So, for me, it's been an amazing journey thus far. So thank you very much.
Well, I love making out with people on TV. I like being the good guy, because then people like you more too. But it is fun when I get to do a little bit of a bad guy thing, and I've got some pointers from this guy here on how to do it, which were helpful. And I was like, oh yeah, that is good. I want to take that.
I definitely picked the good guy, having played more of those and playing the ultimate Boy Scout.
Ever played the bad guy?
I have played the bad guy, yes.
Oh, it's
anybody
not
who's seen
Pilgrim,
Chuck,
right?
or Scott Pilgrim, or what's the name of the thing I did? The Crackle series I did. I'm losing it now. Anybody? What's it with Milo? Chosen. Thank you. He's a bad guy in Chosen. Thank you. So the good guy is I just love that aspect, and that's my favorite thing. But playing bad guys, especially when they can be over the top, like Todd Ingram was one of my favorite bad guys. It's relief because it's free, because you're not held to the same rules that you are when you're playing a good guy sometimes. So that was a big joy, and I like being silly and ridiculous. And Todd Ingram was silly and ridiculous and a bad guy. So
Over here.
Thank you.
Hi. My question is for Brandon, because you're actually my idol, and I look up to you a lot. And my gamer tag is actually Routh_fanboy301, because that's the episode you placed the P on Arrow.
Oh wow! Well, I'm honored.
Thank you. So my question is, are you still friends with the cast from Chuck, like Zachary and Yvonne, and do you still talk to those guys?
What's your name, sir?
Jarence.
Jarence?
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Jarence.
You too.
Thanks for, I guess, sending goodwill when gaming. I hope it's goodwill. I'm in touch with Zach every once in a while. I saw his musical in New York, which is fantastic, and he was great. And I saw him recently somewhere else, so we check in every once in a while. The rest of the cast and crew I haven't seen for a little bit of time, but I had a great time on that show. They were very welcoming, and I know there's a lot of love for Chuck everywhere I go, but especially here this weekend, there's been a lot of love for the show. So thanks everybody for the support. And thanks for your support as well.
Thank you.
Thanks, Terrence.
Your question over here.
Hi, I have two quick questions. My first one's for Brandon. I'm a huge Homo fan, so I'm just wondering if it's more fun filming with this cast, or if it was more fun filming with Ambrose the cat on 9 Lives of Christmas.
Well, remind me, what was it? The character of his name?
Ambrose.
Ambrose, that's right, Ambrose. Ambrose didn't talk back, or give me any flack, or laugh at me, like my cast does. That's not true. They're great. Totally different experience. The funny thing about that, filming that movie is, and there's a lot of love for Nine Lives of Christmas, so thank you everybody who's watched Nine Lives of Christmas, my one and only Hallmark movie, which was actually a lot of fun to film. I filmed that in Vancouver. It's the first time I'd worked in Vancouver. I filmed that movie. First time in 10 years or 15 years at that point of being an actor, I've worked in Vancouver, and shortly I came home from that movie, or when I was filming the end of that movie, I got a call that I might be doing this movie 400 Days with Caity, who I hadn't met. We filmed 400 Days, and towards the tail end of 400 Days, I got a call that I was going to be meeting about Arrow. It's like, oh, you're on Arrow, and we talked about that, and then I was on Arrow, and now here I am. So that's all kind of because of Ambrose and Nine Lives of Christmas.
And my other question for Robbie, I was wondering, out of this group, who's the duff?
I'm just gonna say me and get away from this question as fast as possible.
Over here.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Avi, and I was wondering, what is life like on the set of all these hit TV shows?
Good question. Well, that's a big question, but I would say that it can be a challenging bit of work. It's long hours, but we have a great cast and a great crew. We all get along very well, especially in this network of shows. We all support each other, and we do have a lot of fun at times. And it's amazing to be able to bring it to you guys and to have this response and to know that, you know, hard work is part of life, no matter what job you're doing. And it's amazing to know that it gives such entertainment value and gratification to everyone, and you give it back to us by being
It's the best job in the world!
I feel like it's like going to elementary school, where sometimes you don't want to wake up, but you're like, oh, I want to see my friends and go hang out, and then you do, and you want to just talk and play with your friends, and they're like, you got to do work too. Yeah, we're like a bunch of elementary students.
Well, I always go back to this. Here we are sitting in front of all of you people. And if you asked me when I was a kid if this would happen to me, I would say I can't even fathom, I can't even imagine that would happen. And now we get to be part of such an amazing TV series, and that you guys enjoy it so much. It's humbling for us. And when it does get difficult, as Brandon said, it's moments like this you think, wow, we're doing something that entertains a lot of people. And so let's go out there and really work hard to make a great show. And it works, because you look at our show, Legends is massive on scale. There's always huge new sets, always different storylines, always different places we're traveling to. So it's hard for the crew, it's a difficult show as shows go. But it's moments like this where we realize we're doing something that, I don't want to say important, because that might sound a little strange, but it is, because we all need to be entertained in life. And when we get to do something that entertains so many people, it's humbling for us. So from us, thank you guys for being here and supporting us. Absolutely. And in a way, we take this back, we take the love that you guys are giving us, and we take it back, and it helps us power through the longer days, and to empower our cast and crew, who as well are behind the camera, not getting as much thanks and gratification, but are equally as important to us that are on camera. So thank you.
When I'm stuck at 4 in the morning with Barrowman singing in the rain, I'll remember this moment, and you'll get me through it.
And I think we all thank you for your hard work and integrity. Thank you very much. Your question over here.
I have a question for Robbie. Your movie, The Ark, how does it really end? Because I know how it ends in like another time loop, and I was really frustrated with it.
I did a Netflix movie called Ark. It's spelled A-R-Q. And if you've seen Groundhog Day or Edge of Tomorrow, it's a similar time loop. Anyway, it's on Netflix. Watch it. It's fun. I won't give anything away, but the ending leaves it open, and I've had people reach out and they're like, I can't wait for the next episode. I'm like, It's not a TV show. You're not getting another one. There's no sequel.
This is a long TV show. How did they make this?
It was,
episode.
yeah, it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. The movie could have ended before that little snippet, but I think the director just wanted to kind of twist the knife a little bit
I think
on
it
the
made
audience.
it that much better that it ended
Yeah, it's very fun, and it leaves it open to however you want to interpret it. You know, you can continue the story whatever way you want.
And I have one more question. For all of you guys, do you have like a dream role that you've always wanted to play? Like a person or just like any TV show, if you could just throw yourself in there and act in that?
Here I go back to Gene Hackman again. There was a great movie back in the 70s called The French Connection. Has anyone seen it? There's a character, Popeye Doyle, who's always, I love playing in the gray areas. I don't necessarily like playing completely evil or completely good guy because none of us are like that. Everyone has their own flaws and everyone has their challenges in life and problems, and how do we get through certain circumstances. And to me, Popeye Doyle was one of those characters that, as a police officer, he was flawed, but he tried to do the best that he could every single day. And those are the characters that I love. So, again, back to my man crush of Gene Hackman. That's my favorite character I've ever seen on film.
I'm such a huge Batman fan. It's just, like, that's always been a dream as a kid. But with the way that movies have evolved and what I've been watching, it changes all the time. I feel like it's become less about the the original version of the character and more about the version of the character that's being made now. Like, I had no idea what Guardians of the Galaxy was until the movie, and Chris Pratt is phenomenal in it. Like a character like that is a dream, something that has some levity and some comedy to it, but is still, in such an amazing superpower universe. So I don't know, maybe the role I want is out there that I've never even heard of, but Batman would be damn cool.
I already played a dream role in Superman, so I don't know that I get to have another one. I got to, very grateful for getting to do the Camelot episode, which was really fun, but to be in a film, to do that for an extended amount of time and even more sword play would be cool. My favorite movie is Braveheart, so there's no need to do a remake of Braveheart, but a character like William Wallace would be a dream role, or to step into Terry Goodkind, The Wheel of Time. Wizard's First Rule series, or Wheel of Time if they ever did that. It would have been Robert Jordan, or totally being a nerd here, or Terry Brooks' Shannara series, or film, something. Well, I know there's a series, but a film.
For Brandon, it's tough because, correct me if I'm wrong, this was the best Superman ever. There's no question about it. So, thank you. It's gonna be a hard one, Brandon.
Chris Reeves was the best Superman ever. I'll take second.
I want to be Wonder Woman or Khaleesi.
We've got time for one more question over here.
First, I want to say thanks for making a really believable world and doing a really good job on the show, especially these last few seasons. One of my favorite scenes is actually with Neal and John when you first form the Legion of Doom, and there's a scene in the headquarters where you're kind of threatening each other and being menacing. My question is, what was kind of the dynamic with you two working and seeing about who could out-menace the other?
It was funny. That was the only time where we didn't joke around on the set. We talked about that scene. When we read it, we're like, this is going to be really awesome and awkward. And we really didn't talk to each other very much for about a week getting up to that scene. And on the day on the set, it was dead silent. It was really awkward because neither of us were going to give, because both of us had our own agenda of, I am the best bad guy on the planet and you are not going to beat me. And the look between myself and John, just looking at John's eyes, he wanted to kill me on that day, and I'm sure he thought the exact same thing. And because of that, because we worked so hard on our characters, that was probably the best moment, single moment that I had on the show, because it was two actors, it was like a heavyweight fight, and we were not gonna back down, and you could see it on the day. And when we watched it, it was pretty awesome stuff, so thank you for bringing that one up. That was great.
Thank you.
We have one more surprise before you guys go anywhere. We know someone on this panel has a birthday coming up.
Is there a young woman back there with a cake, I believe? Is she back there? Could you please step up to the stage?
I might have to go grab the surprise.
She not back there?
Is this gonna be like one of those things that happened last year?
What happened?
Put a pie in her face?
What happened last year? Was there a cake flying everywhere?
No, like somebody brought out a birthday cake and they're like, "Happy birthday, Caity!" And I was like, "It's not my birthday."
Yeah. The people here at Heroes and Villains Fan Fest, they never forget. So even maybe it's passed a little bit, we never forget.
It was your birthday this year.
Every one of us had a birthday this year.
Last year.
Is it Robbie?
In April?
There you go.
Yeah, in April. We're not going to see you until then.
This is the earliest birthday I've ever had.
Happy early birthday to you. Happy early birthday to you. Happy early birthday, dear Robbie.
Happy early birthday to you.
Thank you guys very much for coming.
Guys, I'm 29 this year. I'm trying to wait as long as possible. I don't need this a month early.
Now it's official. You're a year older, starting now.
Thank you.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Chicago.
Thank you.
You see these guys at their table. They'll be right here after the panel. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Chicago. You're amazing. Thank you. We'll see you next year.
Are you staying for the next one? No. Okay, but you will come.